But yeah, what you said before, those Omnath turns, yeah, it's boring. It's old.
No, dude.
Nobody likes this shit.
It's atrocious magic. I hate it. I hate it. It's the worst part about Modern right now. I don't think it's the most bannable card, but like it's the worst part about Modern is those matchups are fucking unwatchable.
I think you could ban it for the health of the elemental incarnations.
Oh, yeah, we'll get that back up.
Like you can't just free roll 4 elemental incarnations in your deck with 4 Omnath.
I'll need more Steel Shaper's Gift. That's the thing that tutors for enough.
Forgite! He's up the ante.
He did the right thing. Forgite is probably
correct.
Gonna
have like 4 GTs in his hand with a creature and twiddle his thumbs while burn beats.
He's gonna cut the hammers.
Yeah. Oh man.
He's gonna go down to
Halo turn 1 Copperline Gorge. Venerated Rot Priest. Awesome.
Modern.
What is this game?
Bring that card up. Venerated Rot Priest.
That's Venerated Rot Priest.
Yeah.
Rot Priest?
Yeah, man.
Have both up at the same time.
It gives Infect an infinite combo, if you can believe that one.
Well,
nope.
Spell Skites.
2 Spell Skites and a Venerated Rot Priest. Get 10 poison, boy.
Oh, yeah, that's a card.
That is the boy.
So, I talked to Tosh, and Tosh thought so he's got a couple of these, I think, in the deck, and he decided to go all in on it, and, like, he is playing pump spells, and he's like, my deck is not powerful enough to go long, and so he's all in on the poison.
And he played a turn 2 Sawblade Scamp, which is a new, I think that card is actually super secretly a burn playable. In a world where Eidolon the Great Revel is shit, which is this one. Sawblade Scamp, 1 mana, 1/1 with haste.
What's that poison count? Is that 2?
Yeah, or is that 1? It looks like a 1.
Yeah, these dice are fucking terrible.
Prophetic Prism, draws him a card.
Paul explaining how his card works.
Look at 4 cards and do something?
That's a rare.
What did he play?
It's a rare land.
So he gets a land?
I guess so.
That was not very good. How much does this card cost? 3?
Looks like it.
Yeah, it'd be 3.
Oh, it's a creature.
It goes to hand. Okay.
Let me see here.
It's a creature that drew a card.
Sure.
Trying to find it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Little shuffling going on over here. Jeff should be joining us for the Monday League, Isaiah.
Is he a good limited player?
He's a good player.
Oh, that's
he's old school like me, so he's just good at making shit work, so he'll be good at it.
Pull up the card
So
Contagious Vorak. That's what he played.
Contagious?
Contag IOUS. Nope, Vorak is VORRAC. Perfect. That's what he that's what he played.
Alright.
He gets any land of his choice off the top 4. Put the rest in the bottom random order. If you didn't put a card in your hand, this way proliferate. Well, he didn't need to proliferate. I mean, he could have.
No, he has no counters. It's a 0.
It says, oh, it's at 0?
Yeah.
I'll take that off. We don't need it there. It's unnecessary. We know you have 0 poison. Venerated Rot Priest and the Sawblade Scamp. That's pretty hot. Not gonna lie. That's an aggressive start.
We got no hand cams? What the fuck? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Uh-huh.
He came in sideways, putting in more damage. And he's got the magic number of 3 poison, so poison tricks now apply.
Do we know what this one is, fellas? It's a green card.
That
Which means he's
actually
now
looks-
a legal American.
that I believe paid 2 mana for it.
Is this the thing where you tap it to make it a mana dork for a turn?
No, this is the mix between Scavenging Ooze and Birds of Paradise,
Okay.
where it taps for any color when you cast a spell, or not when you cast a spell. When it taps for any reason, you exile a card from a graveyard, and you put a oil counter on it. And when it has 3 oil counters, it becomes a 3/3 rather than a 0/3.
Okay, I remember that one.
That card was probably one of my best cards in my limited deck.
I believe that. Seems good.
Certainly got me to casting faster Nisses, faster Azuris, things like that.
So Tosh getting in there. He's definitely on the more aggressive side here.
He also played his own Prophetic Prism. 2 mana, fix your mana, draw a card. That's fine and sealed. Any day of the week.
And some poison. Just one poison?
Yeah, Rot Priest only gives
Alright.
Toxic 1.
And the poison in this set is just atrocious.
Sawblade Scamp has a counter on it because he played a non-creature spell. So when its ability is, he can tap it, remove an oil counter to deal damage. Not bad for a 1 mana hasty dude. Not bad at all.
I'll put my prediction for this sealed league is I'm gonna be like near the bottom of the leaderboard, and then I'll win at the last week.
Of this one?
Yeah. I'm gonna be terrible throughout the whole league.
I mean, you're definitely not the favorite.
Are you the favorite?
I'm always the favorite. I should be. So, what's going on here?
If I win this, I think this is my
Hex
fifth
proof.
sealed league.
Beat it, nerd.
Let me see.
Is this a toxic thing? Does he get a counter?
4. So if I win this, I'm at 5. How many are you at, Dustin? Like 10
What?
leagues?
10 wins.
Okay, so he's
if
triggering
I
the
win this,
Venerated
I'll
Rot
be
Priest
halfway
by
through.
targeting his own thing.
And that does trigger, right?
Yep,
Like,
and his
yeah.
opponent targeted it as well, so it's going to give him another poison counter.
Oh my god, so he gets 2 counters just for that being targeted.
Yes, twice.
Wow.
By spells only, though, not abilities.
Yeah, he's casting spell. Oh, well,
Thomas said I'm going to be dead last.
Probably, but hang in there. No, you won't be dead last. You won't be dead last. You're a good enough player. But Tom is joining the league, and I'm excited about it.
Oh, we can always play on a moto. That's true. Yo, I'm sure Dustin would want to like do
I'm
commentary.
gonna do commentary.
Yeah. We gotta do it in store and Dustin can commentate it.
big hit.
We can do is for the podcast. We can do a showdown where you guys have a debate before the actual match. And then we'll do a second podcast after the
That'll be a
fact,
series
and it'll
we
be
have.
called Isaiah Just Died Again.
Isaiah's ban unbanned showdown, where I take my hot takes and try to back them up.
Yeah, we should do that. That's going to be a series.
I'll smoke you.
Isaiah's
Yeah.
hot takes.
I will smoke you.
Isaiah's hot takes.
I'm all up for a good fight.
God.
Initiative
bad
cards
take.
and
We'll
legacy,
We'll make a
go.
little, on the whiteboard out there, have the Isaiah's hot takes counter of wins and losses with hot takes.
I love when who was it? The two pros that tried to do the like ban list legal, like the
No
Maybe
ban list
modern.
modern.
yeah, it wasn't really no ban. They just tried to do like if this card were legal in modern versus if this card was legal in modern, and like they tried to do Splinter Twin. Oh no, it was no ban list modern. They tried to do Splinter Twin versus something, and like They're like, no banless modern, Splinter Twin, and the most powerful card in the matchup was Dragon Rage Channeler. Like, by far. Dragon Rage Channeler just, like, fucking busted.
It was like Legacy? Like Legacy?
Well, no, because it was just, like, Gataxian Probe. It was just, like, turn to 1 DRC, Gataxian Probe,
That's how Legacy
fucking Mistress
feels.
Bobble.
Like the Legacy
dude, it was
Delver.
nuts.
Sorry.
That's when you realize how strong Delver actually is.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. Jeff did just play a Oil Gorger Troll.
Oil Gorger.
Oil Gorger Troll. Probably my favorite common in the
Come
set.
with oil counters on them?
No, actually. But it cares about oil counters. That thing. You just played that and got full value out of it.
We talked about this, but it's a little, like... It's a little, like, underpowered for what you get for the mana.
Right.
But in this set, it's probably okay because a 3/4 blocks just about everything.
Yeah, it has that magic number of 4 toughness I mentioned earlier.
4 toughness is huge in this set.
Worried here if you're Micah, right? Like, you're at
well,
7 poison counters and he has a rock
You
freeze.
can't counter shit. You can't target shit. And I know for a fact that Jeff has a bunch of pump spells in his
Jeff,
deck.
just start targeting your pump spells. End the game. On the stack. Let's go, bud.
He could potentially do that.
But, yeah, Oil Gorger Troll brought him back up from the brink of losing to just straight combat damage.
Have we seen a poison kill on screen tonight?
Yes, I died to poison.
On
Yeah, it was on
camera?
screen.
What about my
okay.
hot take of Ban Solitude?
Huh? Ban Solitude?
I think you
Ban
could.
Solitude.
I think you could ban Omnath, and Solitude would be less of a problem.
I think if you're banning Solitude, you also have to ban Fury.
Actually, just ban the whole fucking cycle.
down.
I'm down with that.
Ban MH2.
Hey, now we're talking my
MH2,
language.
MH1.
That's a little too, like...
Play Modern with only cards that were printed in Standard.
That take is a little too...
Did he just
have
play
soft
Thrun?
counters.
Yeah, that is a Thrun.
He played Thrun.
Okay, well...
Let's
type
pull up
that's-
Thrun.
That
Pull
card's
new Thrun.
unbeatable.
I don't even know what it does other than it's Thrun, so it probably has protection.
It bees Thrun.
Thrun,
Being
Breaker of
unbeatable.
Silence. He's playing Troll Tribal, guys.
Your brother just passes. That's no bueno.
He's probably dead.
He is dead.
Dead to a bunch of spells in the stack. He's going to play Storm and Limited. Thrun, Breaker of
He's
Silence.
got a lot of nothing, though.
I mean, Tosh only has a land and 1 spell in hand. Stop trying to ban my elementals.
No, they got to go. They got to die.
pretty
I got-
not great for the format.
If they ban Fury, I lose a card in John.
Shit, I lose a card in a lot of decks. Rhinos,
You lose a lot of
Glimps.
globes.
I would be okay with that. Because I can still happily play the other Cascade decks and be happy with that.
What's the best control deck in Modern right now?
Azorius, Domain.
It's the only one. It's not. It's
The one
like
Chris played?
Yeah.
No.
Well, not his, no. He played some
I mean,
weird ass cards.
Like, I don't think there's a defined list, but is this okay?
You're certainly not playing that card that says pay 3, draw 3, lose 2 life. That card is what got him killed against me in the Invitational.
He loves that card though.
I mean, whatever makes you happy.
That's true. No, I think that the control, like the blue-white control deck is fine. It's just boring as shit. It's not fun. Like, I'm the control guy here, and I think it's boring.
Thomas says Bant.
Bant gets you the. It's all the same, dude. It's
White, blue.
it's blue-white X. It's all.
Can you play control
Let's
without white?
just call it this. Let's call it Leyline Binding Control.
You want to hear the coolest control deck that's popped up recently, though? In Pioneer?
Pioneer.
It is. It's
That's
Pioneer.
not a format, but sure.
All right. So you remember how people broke Tibalt with the violent outburst shit?
No.
You were here for that? You were there for
Yeah,
that?
the flip tibble, you used to be able to cascade into it.
Cascade into it and you get the back half.
Yeah.
So then they changed the rule on that like 2 weeks later.
Yep.
Well, there's a similar.
Like that's still a thing. I mean, you can't cascade into it, but you can bring to light.
Yes,
for
you can
it.
bring the light.
Yep.
You can also cast Release to the Wind.
I don't know what that is, but
Type it in. It's actually a pretty cool card.
is it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's
Really?
it's something that would be borderline unplayable
Sounds
except
like
in this
something
pile.
janky, so I want to see it.
It sounds like someone shitting their pants.
Oh, Okay,
So
I've
what you-
seen this card.
So what you do is you target
okay.
your Valky and you cast the back half for free.
Okay, sure.
The deck that was playing it played 4 copies of Arcane Proxy and 4 copies of Phyrexia and Fleshgorger, and it was a blue-black Dimir mid-rangey control deck, where you could like do this to your Arcane Proxy to then get your Arcane Proxy up to a bigger power to get like a bigger spell, like a Yeheni's Expertise, to cast that, to free cast another one, to target your Valky in response to your Yeheni's Expertise.
Protect your Valky.
This isn't a control deck though. This is a combo deck.
No, it's controlling. It plays the usual Thoughtseize. It plays a couple. In the format, its Censor is the preferred counter spell. It plays copies of Consider.
Sure.
Not as hard controlly, but
I think it's a combo deck. In my
right.
I believe it's a combo.
Yeah,
deck.
it plays very combo-y. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, turning your Phyrexian Fleshgorger into a 7/7 or 7/5 on turn 4 is super powerful.
Yeah.
So it's just a sweet pile.
Man. Yeah, I kind of back to the question about Modern and the control decks. Like, I get the ban. I like the green splash just because I think getting the new Bant Charm to blow up opposing leyline bindings is pretty solid.
Oh yeah, Bant Charm does do that.
Well,
Yeah.
white blue list that splashes red and 6.
That deck sucks, dude.
That deck really sucks.
That deck sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not good. Like it's like whatever.
Well, escape shift.
Ren and 6 deck, like fuck Ren and 6, dude. I'm not like a fan. Like that's not a control deck. It's the moment you put Ren and 6 in your deck, it's no longer a control deck.
Well,
if you're
escape
tapping
shift.
out on turn 2, it's not a control deck.
The escape shift control deck.
It's not a Escape Shift is a combo deck. It's never been a control deck. Like the fact that he tried to call his deck Teamer Control on his little sheet over here.
Okay, that's goofy.
Yeah,
it is still
it's
Scape
cool.
Shift.
He put it down as Teamer Control.
Oh,
It's
really?
Escape
You're
Shift.
doing
It's a
nothing
fucking
but trying
combo
to
deck.
control the whole game with Atlas.
It's true.
No, it's not.
You control
no,
the
no,
game.
no, no.
Well,
you're trying to combo off. That's it. There's no real control.
That's the win
yeah, there is.
He's
You
got
have to get.
remand. Remand is not control. That's a tempo
Playing
card.
remand counter.
He's trying to
spells.
buy time.
Oh
to do
no,
a
man!
combo.
I've had a living end remanded. That feels like fucking control to me.
He's not controlling your board at all. He's trying to live. That's all he's trying to do is survive until he combos. That's not control. Control is I've taken over to the game to the point where you can't do shit. I have completely owned this game to where I control everything that happens from here on out.
But does that
and
even?
then I win the game.
But outside of the just Azorius list, is that even a thing? Like,
I mean, I think it's fair to argue that that's barely a thing. I don't think control is. I think the Azorius deck is like fine. It's not like great. Like there's like control isn't really great in Modern right now. I mean, like you get the Azorius deck, it's fine. It's fine.
because there's a weird thing that if you go to some sites out there, they say that Green Tron is a control deck.
I kind of agree with that. I kind of think it is.
You kind of think it is? I never thought it did. I always thought of it as like a
Tron's
dumb
in the
combo
control
deck.
archetype too. Like
Yeah,
when you go to, like,
it's kind of like
websites.
a ramp control deck. It is though. It does take control of the game. I mean, that's what it's a ramp control deck. I kind of agree with that. I've always kind of agreed with
Would
that.
you
If you
think-
look up the archetype for Tron, it'll on any website it'll show up
It's-
as a control area.
in my-
I agree. I've always agreed.
In
with
my
that.
mind, that's so weird to me. I mean, I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
wrong. I'm just saying it's
Yeah,
weird.
no, I get it, but like I mean, it has all the elements. Like I mean, when they do the Tron things, they do control the game. I mean, like you no longer have any say in what goes on. I mean, it makes sense to me. They can wipe your board. They can get rid of your lands. They can. I mean, yeah, it's always made sense to me. I don't think that deck is good in Modern. Like Green Tron is like as bad
I
as
think
it's ever
Rack
been.
has a spot in Modern anymore.
No, I don't.
Green
I wish it
Tron?
did. I don't.
I mean, it's online, man. It still puts up numbers. It's still 3% of the format.
Yeah, it's not very good.
8-rack?
Greentron, not
Green
8-rack.
Yeah, Green Tron's not
The
very good.
8-rack was never a
No, I
deck.
don't acknowledge Tron
Green
anymore.
Tron's good. Like it can put up 3%, but like it can't beat a monkey to save its fucking life.
As a retired
Well,
Tron
most of
player,
the decks are playing either their choice of Dismember to be a little more pick up on what they're trying to hit, or copies of Gut Shot to specifically answer it.
Yeah.
When you're doing that, it makes I don't know. I don't know if you're really wanting to be playing that deck if
Yeah.
that's what you're doing.
Yeah, and Dismember. The other thing, like to me, Tron always lost to tempo and aggro, and I never thought that Dismember was a very good answer to aggro, right? Like because you're taking 4 life for that, so like. Yeah, like me paying 4 life to kill your monkey on turn 1 maybe gives me a shot, but I've never. Oh fuck! Go reset that thing, Isaiah. This is atrocious. This is atrocious commentary.
But he's also got a rare on the battlefield.
Go fix the iPad.
That's a bloated contaminator.
All right.
Oh,
that's a bloated contaminator on the battlefield. 4/4 trampler with toxic proliferate.
What's it called? Let's get a card that actually exists here.
Bloated contaminator. This is a kill on sight card in limited.
Okay. Yeah, 4/4 trample, toxic 1. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, proliferate.
And that does work with how toxic words.
That's toxic too, if we're being honest.
Yep.
They could have just said that.
Yep.
Instead, they give you an option to grow some other shit too.
Right. Grow the poison counter. Not the poison counter. I say grow some oil counters. You know. Grow some Planeswalker loyalty. Pulled that one off today. I felt good.
Well, we didn't say interrupt the game, Isaiah. We just said fix the iPad. Like, they can continue playing.
They can keep playing Magic.
Yeah. Is this a thought process?
Never thought of Tron as a control deck. That's wild to me.
You guys
I thought I was
continue. Ignore him.
I thought I was kind of like in a majority on that one. Apparently, I'm in the minority. Holy shit!
Ignore the tiny, bold Asian man. Play on. Hey, it's back.
There we go. Silly iPad, do your
Plug it in
job.
or it's gonna die.
What's that?
He said he should plug it in or it's gonna die. This is a problem waiting to happen. This iPad is old as fucking shit.
Oh, this is ancient.
Yeah,
so it's probably got a battery last
ancient.
20 minutes.
I heard you guys twice, by the way. I heard you in my ear through the stream and through the walkie-talkie. They didn't stop playing. He was just thinking about his decision.
Okay.
His thought process was slow. He's playing a bloated contaminator. You're
Whatever.
dead.
I wasn't trying to rush him, but fuck him. He's old school like me. He should be able to handle this. Did you hear me refer to you as the bald Asian? Like, ignore the fucking bald Asian man.
Yeah. I heard it. I have the stream in my ear.
I heard it
You don't
all.
need the stream in your ear. You're right fucking here, dude.
No, because if I miss something you guys said, I hear it again.
Oh wow, he's just got reverb, natural reverb in his ear.
He's got needed help. Him and his slow ass Umazawa's Jitte take.
Cavern of Souls.
That'll be episode 1 of Isaiah's hot takes.
Yeah, Broker's Charm. Charm.
What does Broker's Charm do?
Destroy an enchantment. Target creature gets +1 and does damage equal to its power to target creature.
Draw 2 cards at instant speed.
Draw 2 cards.
It's an extra Archmage's Charm that can also blow up an opposing
Leyline Binding.
Leyland Binding. The other mode is really irrelevant.
Super duper niche. Makes my Brazen Borrower hit harder.
The other mode is how you actually 2-for-1 yourself.
It's true.
No way I'm going to target my Hall of the Storm Giants.
Hey, when the next time you see someone cast Esper Charm, ask them who they're targeting.
I played a lot of Esper Charm.
Ask him who they're targeting.
He has played a lot of Esper Charm. He's not very good with it.
That's what you're
I
supposed
always
to.
targeted my opponent.
Yeah, you always target your opponent.
Yep, there you go.
Leads me to believe that the cards in your deck
I was
bad.
the instant speed mine router.
Yeah, that's no good.
Hey, who are you targeting with the Esper Charm? Oh, I'm targeting myself. Cool, discard 2 cards. Got him.
Got him indeed.
I don't think that would fly anymore these days.
No.
A judge would be like, that's very fucking cheesy. Get wrecked. That type of thing.
No, but you can call a judge if you we already covered this on stream with Thomas. And he was like, really? I'm like, yeah. At the NRG event where it was me, you, and Thomas, the judges said before the event started, if your opponent is making you uncomfortable or feel unwelcome at the tournament, please feel free to call a judge.
Yeah.
I did get a DQ for trying to throw fists at the table.
I could have called one on my first round opponent. I was uncomfortable because it was a dude with very nice tits, and I did not know how to feel about that. I did not know how to feel. It made me feel very uncomfortable in my own skin.
I had an opponent make my wife feel uncomfortable.
What's the judge call gonna do?
Judge, my opponent is making me feel uncomfortable because he has pretty nice rack, and I don't know how to feel about that.
I'm
What does
confused.
the judge do?
Probably ban me.
Probably. I got
DQ for the tournament.
I got a misconduct game loss for improper sleeves, and I argued it and tried to appeal it. The sleeves were so I bought the sleeves at the event. This was GPDC like 6 years ago. It was a sealed event, so I asked my friend Jamal, "Hey, go buy me some penny sleeves."
Watanabe like signature sleeves or something.
Well, might as well have been. But no, he went and bought a pair. He went and bought a pair of sleeves that were salacious anime girl that wasn't quite hentai, but there was tentacles and shit. I'm like, we gotta laugh. I used them anyways. It's free sleeves.
Yeah.
Thomas said you and the alphabet people.
Yeah.
But my first opponent complained about it, and the judge said I had to change them. I'm like, but I bought them here. Here's the receipt.
Oh, yeah.
And he still gave me a loss for appealing it.
I called the judge on myself here when we did ours PPTQs.
Yeah.
I called Dave Eldon to come on my own judge call because I go to sideboard. My sideboard is in they look the same, like same sleeves. My sideboard was on a totally different sleeve, different artwork on the back and everything.
I remember.
So the judge call was just don't have a sleeve sideboard anymore.
Remember Jim, Spirits Jim.
Yeah. Jim Eastwood.
Jim Eastwood. We went to I don't remember if it was an Open or a GP. Went to a tournament, and he used to do his own altars.
They are going to game 3, by the way. Paul got it with the blood contaminator.
Okay, so he did his own altars, and so he went up to a judge, and he's like, "Hey, I want you to inspect my deck ahead of time, make sure it's legal, because I do my own altars or whatever." And just make sure all the cards are good, because like some of the thicknesses have been...
Yeah, because that's how painting altars work.
And so the judge went through his entire deck, and he said, this card is unplayable. And it'll need to be replaced. It was an unaltered card. It was a foil that had a bow in it.
Yeah.
And like literally, he had all these altars in his deck that had like fucking layers of paint on them. They were fine. But he's like, I cut your deck like a dozen times, and this card went to the top half of those times.
Gotta love foil. Gotta love foils, man.
It was just the one foil a random foil he had in there. Yeah.
MTG foils are trash. It's a fucking fact.
They really are.
I want Pringles with my deck, please.
We used to do foiled out decks, Isaiah. That used to be a thing. We used to do that.
Because it used to be good quality. As long as you took care of it.
It really never.
Well, if you took care of it,
at least because we were fucking.
I have a bad rep with buying foils these last years when I was foiling out Esper Control at the time. I spent $400 on a Jace that, as of now, I don't have anymore. I got rid of it. They are 120 for the Mythic Edition foil full art. And my favorite card in my collection, I still kept one, but I had 4. Was the 4 original Innistrad foil snaps I had, which when I got them, they were 150 a piece. I think they're down to 70 a piece now.
Yeah.
Or less. They're probably less.
I had the soccer players, and I fucking sold them to Chris.
I got the Innistrad ones.
Soccer players are the best.
I claim that it looks like Ken Jeong. And you can't call me racist, because I'm a quarter
Why?
Chinese.
How is that racist? He's a person.
He is a person.
Yeah,
You think he's
people
not a
like you just
person?
saying
'Cause
they
that's
look
racist.
alike.
We've seen his butthole before.
Always a little edginess in the show, I guess. You got an Asian.
Yeah, Asian jokes are on the
This is
table.
Asian on Asian hate
You have
crime
an
right here.
Asian in the room. It's on the table.
Yeah. Can't possibly be offensive if you got an Asian.
Yeah. What are you doing to stop Asian hate, Thomas?
Thomas isn't even like in on this, dude. This is all you. This is your hate. This is your hate crime.
It's your hate crime.
Snapcasters are under $20 currently. Original foils?
Soccer players are not. No, we're talking about foils here.
Yeah.
That's because Snapcaster Mage is unfreaking playable.
For like 15. I looked up the borderless Liliana the Bill from down early,
Oh god!
Oh,
what
no.
a drop in! Oh, what a drop in! I'm glad you're still with us, Tom. That was perfect.
I don't know how to
Your
play
name
it.
is Mosher. Yeah, we got a 1/1.
Yeah,
Look at my name
he used the
legally
Microsynth
changed to my
Garden to
Chinese
filter
name.
white to play his Angelic Chorus.
Okay.
He's got a Rebel attached to
Would
a
that
cheap
change
equipment.
your opinion, Thomas, if I illegally changed my name to my Chinese name?
Illegally changed? Yeah.
No, if I legally.
You said illegally. I'm like, that would have no effect on anybody's opinion about anything.
You can illegally change your name. It's a thing.
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah, you just do it.
Sawblade
That's the
scamp.
beauty of it.
He played a Sawblade. He's in.
What's a Sawblade?
What's that?
You said Sawblade?
Yep, Sawblade scamp. Coming in with the fast raging goblin fire slinger wombo combo.
Is this card playable outside of limited?
I think it's a modern playable. I think you can. I think you can play it. So if Eidolon keeps being shoved out of the format the way it is, I think Sawblade Scamp actually replaces it because it gives all your burn spells reach.
What card?
Eidolon.
Oh.
So like you play it on turn 1, it's going to connect for its 1 point of damage, and then turns like every lightning bolt you cast for the rest of the game into Boros Charms. It turns Boros Charms into Lava Axes. It does what it does. It does what it needs to do.
I don't think so.
He hates me. It's okay.
I just think Eidolon, like people underrate Eidolon. Eidolon of the Great Revel is like.
Now hold on. I'll be the first one to tell you the card was great in very many formats, but in a format where Fury is like one of the most played cards, I don't want Eidolon. I don't want to play a 2-mana Time
I
Walk.
don't think that this card is necessarily better against Fury.
No, nothing is because it's Fury.
Yeah.
But at least it provides, like, at least I'm not totally time walking myself to play it.
I'll start splashing black for bump in the night.
Don't. We tried that. Mana sucks. Don't do it.
Yeah, card's not good either.
Just play. Just play.
It's got flashback.
Bump in the night is literally just a deal 3. You know, nobody has ever flashed that back, right? Like in the history of the world,
Never.
nobody's ever flashed it back.
Auto mod. Hold a message for reason. Race, ethnicity, religion. Allow post it to chat.
You a jack. You got moderated.
It got flagged because he said he'd call me a Jap.
Oh.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. This has gotten way out of hand.
But yeah, I think Sawblade Scamp is at least worth testing. I'm only going off the hip here of, I've played a lot of burn in my day. So, and I wouldn't be upset at a Raging Goblin turn Goblin Fire Slinger. Like, it's always going to do 1 damage.
This is when I could have denied your message, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of a card that does 1 damage a turn.
Reminds me of
If it got bigger itself, I could get on board. But the fact that it only ever does 1 damage a turn to me is too
me a
slow
mod, you honky.
to be like a good
How
card.
did that not get flagged? But
What?
Jap gets flagged. Honky doesn't.
Oh,
but Jap
honky's
does.
not a
Honky's not racist.
That's not a racist term. It's about white people.
I can't be racist against white people.
It's true.
That don't make sense.
White people.
I don't even know how to make you a mod. So.
And by the way, that's our word. You can't say that, Isaiah.
Apparently, I'm white. He said it.
Oh, okay. I guess you can. This is some kind of Pumperino? What is this? What the fuck is this?
Looks like the fight spell.
A white fight spell? It's a white card.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's the indestructible spell.
Okay.
Gives a creature indestructible, draw a card.
Well, pump action.
Yeah. Really good
Fucking
con.
Come on, Tosh. What do you got? 2 cards. That doesn't seem like a lot. It seems like you got a whole
one
lot
of
of
the
nothing.
levels of whiteness, Thomas. Wonder Bread white.
No joke though, the combat tricks
got
in this set are
eggshell white.
nuts. Like this
Yeah.
is
Tosh is fucked. Tosh is absolutely fucked here. And the reason I say that is because he's got one thing in play that
What's
does
that
anything.
rare that my brother's got over there
Where?
on the right?
that's a Mycosynth Gardens.
Let me put that on there. I don't know what that is.
It's a land. It's a
It's a land.
it's a filter land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Oh.
land. It's a land.
Hey, go ahead and type it in
Oh, I
though.
thought that was a
It is a rare.
non-land.
You're right. Spell MYCO.
For some reason, I thought his lands were below it, but that's just his hand.
MYCO.
His battlefield.
MYCO.
Yeah.
Myco.
SYN. Well, shit.
That's cool. Gardens.
Yep. The Mycosynth Gardens.
Oh, this is the one that Thomas said we'll see play in Amulet Titan.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why he's wrong.
Why?
It's only good in the situations you are already winning. The trick with Amulet and being good with it is your cards have to be good outside of not having Amulet. Mycosynth Gardens fails that test. So I don't think it's going to see play an Amulet.
We got Hot Takes episode 2 ready to go.
Yeah, I think that's the truth here. Obviously, if you have it, like, if you go turn 1,
We're planning out.
Urza Saga, Amulet of Vigor, turn 2, Mycosynth Garden, copy your Amulet, you're way ahead, of course. But you were already winning that game anyways. Like, I don't think you needed a third
I feel
Amulet.
like every time that a new land is printed that is not terrible, that the argument is going to be made that you could play an Amulet, and you're probably right, you could. But should you?
Could you play this in Hammer Time?
That's a different story, yes.
But should you?
Yeah, I think you should. Because, making additional hammers and moving them around with your Pure Steel Paladins is probably very good.
But I mean, like, if you already have a hammer, isn't it? Aren't you just already winning?
Not all the time.
So this one gets around, like, the destroy non-land permanent spells because it's still a land.
Ooh, yeah, okay. You got me with that one.
I think the fact that it's a land that doesn't tap for... an additional land that doesn't tap for white on turn 1 is kind of an issue.
Right.
In Hammer.
What's another deck that relies on an artifact?
I don't think this is playable in Affinity. Go get that out there. Get that out of the way.
Coffee cranial plating or
that'd be good.
So you have to pay the full mana value.
Never mind.
The fact that it's not an artifact itself makes it not good enough for Affinity.
Right.
I mean, it could become an artifact, though, so maybe it's fine.
Certainly. If you have enough cheap artifacts that you want to copy.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is an Affinity card. Just the fact that you can copy an Affinity, like an artifact land, maybe it's just fine.
The thing is, I like this in Hammer more because there's way more cards worth targeting. Copy it.
Maybe this card just sucks.
It's possible. We could all be just wrong and this card just sucks.
Yeah, you fucking watch a limited format for 3 hours and like you start convincing yourself that any of these cards are playable and none of them probably are.
Right.
What is this?
Wait. No. If you make it a copy of a Colossus Hammer, it's no longer a land then, right?
It's no longer a land,
because
correct.
It is just a Colossus Hammer.
Yeah, it just becomes a
Okay,
Colossus Hammer.
It becomes a coffee, so it wouldn't be considered a land as a...
Yeah.
I said that before you typed that.
Got him.
I think that there's no way of knowing 100% who said it first.
We can time frame it. Look at the Twitch replays.
I refuse. Tom wins.
So
was this racist white superior?
You're both white. You're both Wonder Bread.
You all both Wonder Bread. Yeah. So is there anything in the set that's playable in Modern?
Probably not.
I got one card, basically. Honest one card.
More than I
think it's Sword of Forge and Frontier, I think is the best sword ever printed in the cycle. So, hear me out.
I disagree.
Hear me out. It's got the best protection colors because red is still a hyper-relevant removal spell and green punches through an assortment of creatures. Rhino tokens, for example, which is always an upside. The decks that want the effect are the decks that were going to play it anyways, like a Hammer Time deck. With the flip 2 cards on combat damage and being able to play them both requires your deck to have such a low density and mana costs that you got to be able to use them that turn. Hammer Time does that very easily.
I think it's not playable, and here's the thing, because I think the best protection colors are actually red white.
Well, yeah, but that effect on that card is so damn bad nobody plays it.
I don't think the effect on this card is good either.
I disagree 100%. I think the effect is kind of nuts.
I think it is on the better side of the swords. They've definitely made some really shit.
It's just like it's just so way more. Like getting to look at 2 more cards. Like I'd rather draw a card and deal 2 damage to something. Like the exile 2
with this,
huh? You don't draw 2.
Yeah,
you exile 2.
You get to play an extra land.
Not to mention, what happened, like 90% of the time when you hit with a sword, you equipped it that turn, which means you paid 2 mana.
Mm-hmm.
So how much mana do you realistically have left to cast 2 cards off the top of your deck this turn?
Well, you get to play an additional land, so if one's a land and the other one's a spell.
Like that's why
it'll see 0 play.
and that's why I specifically said it's going to see play in a deck like a Hammer Time.
I think like the pro green is kind of like whatever. Like I really do. Like I
think Fire Ice is definitely better, but
Fire Ice is definitely better. But my whole thing is I actually think that like as far as protection, the red white one's the best, and that card's not playable.
Yeah, because the effect on the card is so
what is
negligible.
The effect on that card anyway?
It's gain life, deal damage to player.
Gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand, and they take damage equal to the number of cards.
That sucks.
It does absolutely nothing.
I think swords are always over it. I don't actually think any of them are really playable, if I'm being honest.
Fire and Ice sees play right now.
It does see play. I don't think it's very good though. I think it's a. Oh wait, who won? I assume that it was your brother because Tosh had like the worst fucking draw I've ever seen.
He did. He didn't do nothing.
The white black sword's my favorite sword.
They're all
Light and
bad.
Shadow.
Yeah, they're all trash. They're for commander players.
Skrelv, he loves this card.
I love it too. I traded a Nissa for it for the foil date stamped one, so I feel like I won today.
Skrelv.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
Vectormite?
It's Mama Runes.
It's got Toxic one. Can't block. That's a downgrade for me right away. I like cards that can block.
This is another Hammer Time playable. If you need a 5th Mother of Runes for a particular format, this is it. Or Giver of Runes since it's modern.
Yeah, I guess if you need a Giver.
This one gets hit by Ren and 6.
Sure, but dies to removal is not really an argument I care about. And Ren and 6 is on borrowed fucking time. There ain't no way that's going to live for another year in modern, right, guys?
Wizards wants it in the format.
I hate that fucking card.
Everyone wants it to go. I play it and I want it to go.
I play the card. I want it to go. That's how I feel about Violent Outbursts.
It's not number 1 on my list, I don't think, but it's on my list.
It is a very acceptable Magic card.
It is number 1 on my ban list.
Oh, wait, number 1 on your ban list?
Yeah, on like shit I want banned.
It's Fairy Time Raveler. That's number 1 for me.
I don't even think it's very
Time
good
Raveler,
anymore.
but it is not too good.
It's
there
not
was
because
a time when it was number 1 on my list. It's not there anymore.
It's not because it's too good. It's because of what it does to games of Magic. It makes them not games of Magic.
It doesn't do that much to games of Magic because it's not played.
I fucking hate
Urza Saga. Fucking 3-for-1 natural.
The card is too like it just wins the game by itself as a land.
Mine is still Mishra's Bauble. I think if you take Mishra's Bauble out of the format, you got.
The reason I don't say that is because it only sees play in 2 decks.
It's just not true.
However,
not true.
I am realistic.
Murktide,
if
that's not it.
What's the other deck that plays it?
Huh?
Plays what? Bauble?
Yeah, Bauble.
Mishra's Bauble. Like
any Saga deck in the dip format can play it.
Any fucking Saga deck.
Which is
they
all of them.
Play it though.
What do you mean they don't play it? It's not in the deck. Yeah, it is.
It's in 2 decks.
There's no way it's
in only Underworld Breach and Murktide. Those are the only 2 decks that play Bauble right now.
No Saga deck plays.
Jund doesn't play it.
That's wrong. That's fucked
what's
up.
the other? Hammer Time doesn't play it.
Hammer doesn't play a full play set.
They don't play any Bauble.
I thought they were playing 2.
They play 0.
Mishra's Bauble should be banned.
I don't even know what other Saga deck
See,
is.
the thing is though, I'm a real person. If you take Teferi out of the format, I think Violent Outburst has to follow it out the door. So
I don't have any problem with Cascade.
I don't either.
No,
obviously.
I think it'll be fine with Minor Misstep entering the format.
Yep. Police.
Shit's on Cascade.
I don't think that card's very good though.
It's fine.
But it's like the better Spell Pierce because
yeah,
now
they don't have to worry about saving. But it's not a better Spell Pierce though because
hard counter.
Spell Pierce like counters like fucking Ren and 6.
Yeah, but I've like tried to Spell Pierce a Grist and it didn't work.
That doesn't work. You're right.
That feels bad. Nice creature there. Good job.
Yeah. You also can't force a negation it. That doesn't work out for you.
Did I try that one too? I don't think
I think you might have.
I did the Spell Pierce for sure.
I think minor misstep.
I think stop coverage because you tried to counter it with a.
I might have just scooped.
Yeah, he might. I don't remember.
That's the best card.
Somebody.
He says it's gonna make. His Scroll's gonna make Hammer a deck and Pioneer. Yeah, it was already kind of a deck, right? Like.
Should we go find another match, or should I do that?
There's 5 minutes left, dude. Let's go to the next round. We can go to the next round. something.
Right.
It's the end of the round. There can't be that many people playing. All right, we'll be right